Chapter 7. Whoa. Wait. I heard the buzz again. My brain whirred. It took me so long to realize the doll wasn't buzzing. The sound came from my cell phone. I let out a sigh of relief. It was only my wild imagination going berserk again. I pulled the phone from my pocket and flipped it open. A text message from my mom. Dinner almost ready. Come home soon. I told Molly and Mr. Malloy we had to leave. Ethan started whining that he didn't want to go. He wanted to stay and check out the other weird dolls and objects, but I was happy to get out of there. The Mind Stealer doll was too creepy to think about, and Mr. Malloy admitted he didn't even know if it was safe to keep it in the house. I knew I'd have nightmares about it. When we got home, Mom was going crazy in the kitchen, with 2 pots steaming on the stove and a chicken roasting in the oven. She blew a strand of hair off her forehead and smiled at Ethan.
"I'm making my famous roast chicken in honor of your arrival tonight," she said. "Not quite ready."
She turned to me.
"Why don't you go up to Ethan's room and bring down the rest of your junk?"
Ethan gave me a hard tug that almost knocked me over.
"Come upstairs, fat face. I want to show you my comedy act with Mr. Bad Boy."
"Fat face?" I cried. "Don't call me fat face, butt breath." He giggled.
"Stop it,"
Mom said. She lifted a pot lid and ducked back as steam poured up.
"Name-calling isn't funny." "Yeah, right. Don't call names, you moron,"
Ethan said to me. He tried to jam his elbow into my ribs, but I dodged away.
"Please, go upstairs,"
Mom said.
"Let Ethan show you his comedy act."
"Mom, give me a break," I moaned. "That dummy is so totally lame." Mom dropped the lid back on the pot and pulled me to the kitchen door.
"Go up there with him, Britt. He wants to share something with you. That's a good thing."
"But, Mom..."
"And don't make fun of the dummy," she whispered. "Poor Ethan obviously needs a friend to talk to, so he made one up. Go up to his room and be nice to him."
I let out an exasperated sigh, but then I forced a smile to my face. "Okay, Ethan," I said. "Let's do it." He let out a cheer and went running up the attic stairs. The dummy's wooden head clonked on each stair as Ethan dragged it by the arm. I glanced around the attic. My old room. I missed it already. The room was long and narrow with bright yellow walls. Some of my posters were still hanging up. My desk stood in front of the window between 2 twin beds where Molly and I had spent many sleepovers. No room for sleepovers now, I thought, in my tiny sewing room. And then I scolded myself. "Don't be bitter, Britt. You'll get your room back when he leaves." Ethan pulled out the desk chair and sat down on it. He set Mr. Bad Boy on his lap. I dropped to the floor, settled onto the white shag carpet, and leaned my back against the wall.
"Don't laugh too hard," Ethan said. "You'll hurt yourself."
"No problem," I said.
"If you need me to explain any of the jokes, just let me know," he said.
I rolled my eyes. "Just do your act, okay?" Mr. Bad Boy grinned at me. His eyes opened wide. He had such an ugly smile, totally evil.
"Brittany, is that your face? Or did you forget to take out the garbage?"
the dummy said. His voice was a shrill rasp.
"Be nice," Ethan scolded the dummy. "That's my cousin."
The dummy leaned toward me.
"Brittany, something just reminded me of the banana I had for breakfast. Oh yeah, your nose!"
The dummy tossed back its head and let out a long donkey laugh.
"I'm a bad boy."
"Is that your act?" I asked Ethan. He shook his head.
"Sometimes Mr. Bad Boy doesn't cooperate."
"Yeah, right," I muttered.
"Be good," Ethan scolded the dummy.
"I like your long hair,"
Mr. Bad Boy said to me.
"Too bad it's all growing on your back."
I burst out laughing. The joke was terrible, but Ethan was a really good ventriloquist. I couldn't see his lips move at all.
"Mr. Bad Boy, please," Ethan pleaded. "Be nice to Brittany."
The dummy's eyes stared into mine.
know we've just met,
he said in his harsh, raspy voice.
but I'm a very romantic dude, and I have 3 little words I'm dying to say to you.
3 little words? I asked. Mr. Bad Boy nodded.
Yeah, take a bath.
I couldn't help myself. I laughed again. I have to admit, I love rude jokes. I guess maybe it's because I'm always so nice.
Is that your face?
Mr. Bad Boy asked.
Or are you standing on your head?
I groaned. Don't blame me for these jokes, Ethan replied. Blame Mr. Bad Boy.
He turned to the dummy.
You're not very nice, he told it.
Then stop putting words in my mouth.
Mr. Bad Boy said.
That made me laugh, too.
I'm a bad boy.
Mr. Bad Boy exclaimed.
You're an awesome ventriloquist, I told Ethan. How did you learn to do that? Ethan set Mr. Bad Boy down on the bed and walked over to me.
He shrugged. I don't know. Just practice, I guess.
I slapped Ethan a high five. Well, good work, dude. I really think you're talented.
And then I gasped, because across the room, Mr. Bad Boy turned his head to me and opened his mouth in an ugly laugh.